Quality over quantity. Hi, my name's Dave, and welcome to my daily journey through the Daily Stoic, 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hasselman. If you enjoy Stoic content and men's improvement, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Today is May 20th. Quality over quantity. Quote, "What's the point of having countless books in libraries whose titles could hardly be read through in a lifetime? The learner is not taught, but burdened by the sheer volume. It's better to plant the seeds of a few authors than to be scattered about by many." End quote. Seneca on the Tranquility of Mind, 9.4. There is no prize for having read the most books before you die. Even if you were the most dedicated reader in the world, a book a day, even your collection would probably be never bigger than a small branch library. You'll never come close to matching what's stored in the servers at Google Books or to keep up with the hundreds of thousands new titles published on Amazon each year. What if, when coming to your reading and learning, you prioritize quality over quantity? What if you read a few great books deeply instead of briefly skimming all the new books? Your shelves might be emptier, but your brain and your life will be fuller. Ooh, I like that. Quality over quantity, especially with our education and what we're reading and the things that we're taking in, right? It's really easy to I think about this, right? You can you're building a mine or something, right? You can dig a little deep in each of these holes, or you can focus on 2 or 3 things and go real deep into it, right? It's in order to get to that nugget, to those layers of real wisdom of understanding. Just a brief overview isn't going to get you there. It takes that time, dedication, and practice, right? Of really going deep dive into a thing. I like to think of kind of like our learning or like our focus. Like it's like you got a propane tank and you got all these things that you want to do, but the more you split off and do other little burners, the less power to each of those burners goes. So everything is going to be a little bit lower. But if you focus on 1 or 2, those burners are going to be much stronger. So recognizing that it isn't always necessarily the amount you have, but the quality of what you have and how much time, right? There's your quantity is in the time that you spent learning about that subject, to deep diving into it. Like I've been deep diving into the stoicism and men's self-development stuff for about maybe 8-10 years now, like pretty intensely. And there's still so much more I don't know, and I continue to learn about ADHD as well. It's another one of those things. In cooking, those are my kind of 3 things that I learn a lot about. I have other kind of interests, but they're more surface kind of level fun hobby things, but things that I want to learn about, that I want to know and have the knowledge on. You know, it's something that takes, just like an athlete, like we were talking about yesterday about training. Just like for an academic, you have to train it, right? You have to spend the time into it. And the more you do, you may not be, a master, a knowledgeable in all things, but the things you are knowledgeable in, you're an expert, right? You are specialized because you spent that time and information. There's nothing wrong with being a specialist, of having a dedication towards a particular field, a particular thing, hobby or passion or learning, be it philosophy, basketball, video, whatever it is. It's are you putting what you put that time and energy into, that becomes your quality, right? The quality of what you put your time into is what you're going to get out of it. Having a bunch of books, we're giving away, as we're moving, we're giving away, we're looking through kind of our books of all right, which ones don't kind of have that big impact on us anymore, and we'll give them off to the local library or the charity shop to pass on to the next person, because I think books have legs. But the few books that I've taken with me everywhere I've traveled around the world, those are ones that have deep value to me, because I know I can, every time I reread them, I get a lot more out of them. I can continue to get more and mine more knowledge, more wisdom, more kind of out of it. I know probably this time next year I'll be doing the Daily Stoic again, or another Stoic philosophy book. Maybe I'll just go straight with meditations. because I know I'm going to get a lot out of it. Even doing the Daily Stoic again and again, I know I'm going to continue to get a deeper understanding, not for the material, but also for myself as well, and seeing how these principles apply in this kind of new, the new version of myself, of like recognizing that that doesn't change. As I change, my perception and view of it will change. Yeah, it is like, I find like, I think quality over quantity is a great thing, not just for knowledge and learning, but for your partnerships, relationships. Like, is it better to have 10,000 like fake associate kind of friends that you don't connect with, or 4 or 5 really close people that you got your back no matter what? I would take the 5 people that I'm closest to, got my back no matter what, that I know if like I ended up in jail in Italy, they would come out and bail me out, kind of thing, right? Like, it's those kind of friends that are where those bonds are really deep. I'd rather have a couple of those than 10 million like people who are like, maybe this is why the channel will never get big, but like for me, it's having 10 million kind of friends, but like we don't actually talk or communicate. Are we actually really friends? Versus 5 or 6 really good friends, people that I can rely on and count on, that are going to become my family, right? Not to say that you couldn't have it with the 1 million, but it'd be a different kind of scenario, I think. So I think it really does come over quality over quantity. Because you only have these kind of moments, so what's the point of kind of hoarding everything, but gathering the things that have high quality and value to you, not to anyone else, to you, and really kind of cherishing it, understanding it, and appreciating it. Because if that's what you're going to put your energy into, you only have, so much focus, so much kind of things you can put your energy into. So why not put it into 2 or 3 things, 3 or 4 things, and really like double down on them and really grow your knowledge base on those things. Like, I've learned so much about cooking in my years as a chef. I know there's still more to go, but that knowledge can now serve me really well. Of like, the other night, we were hungry, we didn't know what to eat. There was like the fridge and the cupboards were kind of bare, but because of my knowledge and skill, I was able to take all the rando little bits over and make an amazing meal. Like, I was like, oh yeah, I can do this, this, and this. And 10, 20 years ago, I would have been able to do that because I didn't have that knowledge of being a chef. So that's what I'm trying to get at. This is the quality over the quantity. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments below. But I think that's all I got for today's video. Don't forget to check out more Daily Stoic videos. And with that, though, I'll see you tomorrow. And you have a great, if not better, day.